Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another brand new Crypto TV episode. Just showing you guys my quick apartment tour. Pretty nice. Let me know what you think. But what I wanted to show you guys was how we are finally having our first day of snowfall. This is the first time in Rochester, New York, we are finally having snow. As you guys can see, pretty crazy. Pretty cold, like 30 degrees. It's the first time here since last year. Let me know where you guys are from. Do you guys have snow? Did it snow yet? Is it already snowing? Let me know. Otherwise, let's jump back to the video. What is going on, YouTube? Hidden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have a bunch of things to discuss and continue from where we left off yesterday. We're going to be looking at XRP's interesting pattern, as you guys know, with this massive dip that we just recently had. We were discussing in yesterday's video, this one right here. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. We were talking about Bitcoin's very interesting descending fractal that is continuing to form on its 4-hour charts. So we're going to be checking that out as well. And then we will obviously look at Litecoin as well as Ethereum, which are both kind of hanging out in the sidelines. Now we are also going to be pretty much discussing the current coin market cap as well as where we could be potentially seeing or figuring out, more of a prediction in terms of the short-term future as to where Litecoin, Bitcoin, or more specifically Bitcoin and XRP are going to be going. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and remember, we do a giveaway every Friday for $25 of free Bitcoin. All you have to do to enter is make sure you're subscribed, as well as comment hashtag CryptoTV down below. Otherwise, let's move on to today's episode. So guys, as you know, we've been discussing some very interesting patterns happening on some of the cryptocurrencies, more specifically XRP and Bitcoin. Litecoin has been a little bit less of a focus, only because it hasn't been moving that much. There's not been as much activity. I like to, obviously chart coins that have more potential for making more money. So from where we left off, we were discussing the very interesting patterns we've been seeing recently. These ascending triangles that have been forming on the 4-hour for XRP, as well as a major bearish descending fractal forming in the short term on Bitcoin, Bitcoin's 4-hour charts. So you can see, obviously, we just broke 12,100 subscribers. So kudos to you guys, huge shout out. Otherwise, to move into the technical analysis and where we left off with yesterday, it's kind of hard. There's tons of information to discuss with you guys. As you guys know, yesterday we did discuss the closing. I closed my position that I had open on Dudex. As you guys know, Dudex is a way for you guys to sell and short cryptocurrencies as well as buy long. It's an awesome website. As you can see my order history, or I think it's trade history, I had a position open at $9,600 for these two positions. I shorted at $9,600. As you know, we're currently at $8,800. It's about an $800 dip in the coin. Now, you can see there's two here because I leveraged it double. You can leverage trade on Dudex as well, which is pretty awesome. So I put in 4 and I actually got 800 and I sold off, which gave me about a 20% increase on my investment into here. So that was a great trade. Very happy. That was pretty much my way of testing Dudex to see if I liked it, and honestly I really do. So I highly recommend you check that out. It is the first link in the description. This allows you to sell and short crypto, and as we know, the way these markets are moving, you might want to get involved in shorting Bitcoin as well. So to show you where we left off last time, I'm going to speak more about Bitcoin, but it's in reference to XRP, so hopefully you guys can follow along with me. As you know, I refreshed the market. You can see top 10 cryptos. Everything is in green except for Tether. Otherwise, more specifically, we have Bitcoin and XRP, which they all look fairly close. I'd say Bitcoin Cash up, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin all have similar charts. More specifically, you can see XRP looks very similar to Bitcoin in regards to it trading sideways, then dipping down lower and consolidating, dipping down lower and consolidating. So they're fairly similar. That's why I like to talk about Bitcoin and XRP more than I do like Litecoin and XRP, because you'll notice Litecoin didn't really take a big hit compared to Bitcoin. So you can see they're acting independently. They used to be in sync, and now they're acting independently. So they're always ever changing. So that's something to consider as well. So in regards to where we could potentially be seeing the rest of these coins going, I've been doing some research and studying the charts a little bit more yesterday after I ended the video. And I want to share with you guys my conclusions and what I found it. So yesterday we were discussing that every time we entered oversold, that's when we tended to break up. You'll notice on the 4-hour, we broke bullish the second we tested oversold. Here we tested oversold, we broke bullish. Here we tested oversold and we broke bullish. And now you'll notice once again, we're testing oversold here, but we didn't break bullish yet. And I want to continue as to why that was. I was very shocked. I was like, well, are we going to break bullish right now? And then I'm considering this is fairly short descending fractal that we have. It doesn't really make sense as to why we would be breaking bullish right now. So then I did some research. When I go into the daily charts, this is what is the most important thing that I wanted to share with you guys. Notice how when we had these breakouts, obviously I don't want to count the smaller one, but here, when this broke bullish, we were oversold on the daily chart. When this one broke bullish, you can see we were oversold on the daily chart. Now look at where we are right now. Notice how on this one, we are not yet at the oversold line. We do have this bearish crossover, which is something to consider that we're probably not going to be breaking bullish right now. You can see right here for this one in the past, this one was a bullish cross. We had the crossover, a reversal, and then we broke bullish. It's still possible, but it doesn't seem likely as of right now. It looks like we're going to head down lower because we're only trading at around 50 on the RSI, which gives us tons of room to head lower. So that gave me another consideration. Notice how in the past here, we fell lower, but when you go into the 4 hour, this is the one that I really like to study right here. Notice we hit oversold right here, similar to what we're doing right here. So notice this one didn't break bullish at first. What did we do when we hit oversold? Because we weren't oversold on the daily. So at the 16th of October, if we extend this out to the daily, the 16th of October is right here, and you can see this was not yet oversold, so we didn't break up. We broke bullish once we tested oversold on the actual 4 hour or on the daily RSI. So we weren't there yet, but once we hit that, that's when we broke bullish. So you can see we still have some ways to go in regards to a retracement lower. There's a chance that we can honestly see some more shorting opportunities in the short term, but I want to just let that mellow out. I want to keep explaining what I'm referring to. So what I think is going to happen, similar to what we saw here, you'll notice once we tested oversold here, we traded out sideways. You can see we tested sideways, tested oversold, traded out sideways because we weren't yet oversold on the daily. That's what I think is going to happen right now. So we tested oversold right here. I think we're going to see consolidation fill us up right here. This is what I'm anticipating to happen. Then I think we're going to have another dump. And that last dump right there on Bitcoin is inevitably going to put this coin right here into testing oversold on the daily. Once we test the bottom of here, then it's when I anticipate this rally upwards, similar to what we've seen in the past. So that's what I'm holding off on because I don't think we can really capitalize off of this consolidation that's probably going to happen. Now, it is good that we're going to see this consolidation, and then I'll explain why in a second, mainly because we are, as you know, oversold on the 4 hour. Oops. So what we need to see right now is this consolidation to trend us sideways, bring us out of the oversold level, which gives us more opportunity to head lower. Eventually, we're going to probably most definitely retest this resistance here, and we're going to end up dropping once again. Off this drop, that's what I'm going to be shorting the coin, and then I'm going to sell off, expecting a run to the upside. So this inevitably is going to be trending us down. You can see how beautifully this acts as a support as well, because yesterday we were actually breaking bearish through here. You can see the coin was retracing through here. Now, obviously, for those of you who don't know, I do offer a Patreon. It's the second link in the description. This gives you access to all my charts live updating before they actually hit YouTube. So it's a way to stay above the rest of the 12,000 such people watching on the channel. It's a great way to get that, first edge opportunity, as well as some live action updates in regards to when I'm buying and selling. So I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't already. But to continue off, you can see we did trend lower, but wicked right back up and closed right above our support, which is a huge opportunity to consider that this definitely is a support we have to continue paying attention to. So with that being said, like I said before, I'm considering sideways trading, a bump downwards, a movement up. So obviously I'm not going to do any sort of buying or selling until I see the confirmation over here. I'll then short the coin as we fall, which inevitably will probably be more into the middle of the RSI on the 4 hour. We'll drop downwards on the daily and then see that shoot upwards. So I'm going to short this level right here and then capitalize off that run up there by buying long. So how does that affect XRP? XRP is probably going to do the same thing. We're probably going to see some more consolidation trending upwards. So we may even go like this. We may see another dip lower, but then we're going to see that reversal, and then I think we are going to break through this resistance once again, but more into a couple of weeks from now. You can see same thing here. Obviously, we got rejected on the high-low MMA by this small ascending triangle. Like I said, ascending triangles tend to break bearish crossover on the MACD as well, another indicator of lower levels, but we don't look bad. This is more so going according to plan. I think this is exactly how I would have appreciated this to go, because if we just skyrocketed up based off swell, I think the second after we hit, FOMO buying, we would have retraced and just pummeled itself in price and fell even lower. So the fact that everything's seemingly going according to plan is good news for me. We hit a resistance here. We're now testing bottoms right here, which does to me look like a support. So I'm going to draw this in just for future reference. You can see that this does look like a massive support as well. Clear retestings right there. So that's kind of what's holding this price. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Something along the lines of this might be more where I would like it to be drawn. That's about okay. And you can see we're kind of hitting this as a resistance. Let me just make this a little bit less bold. Okay. So you can see what it is that I'm referring to. We may just consolidate out here, and then towards the Bitcoin chart, that's when we're going to see some sort of breakout within XRP. So for those of you who are invested dearly in XRP, I'd say go ahead, pay attention to XRP, but pay more attention to Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin and XRP are in sync right now, and everything that Bitcoin is doing, XRP is following exactly. So right now we're anticipating we have a beautiful, channel to track with previous history and momentum, that it makes more sense to follow this coin, and that's how I'm making money. And every time Bitcoin drops, I'm literally shorting the coin and making 20%, 30% gains with leverage trading, which could give me even more Bitcoin off of following the pattern. So the next thing we're going to see is consolidation. We could see this previous thing. I know when we base it off of here, we didn't really see much of that. We could see a small pop, but I don't think it's going to happen. We could see this, we could see this, but it's not worth me trending, because I do think we're going to pop lower. But the second I see a retestment of this uptrend resistance, that's what I'm going to be buying into short, capitalizing off this break to the downside, and then selling off, capitalizing, and buying back in to catch the run that we're probably going to be seeing in the near future. So this, if we consider this to be the end right here, that's middle of, November. It is November 9th right now, so we literally have maybe 2 weeks max, a week and a half before we see any sort of major jump. Now, to end with Litecoin and Ethereum, Litecoin's in a big descending fractal as well, clearly hitting resistance right here. MACD, let's see, MACD is okay right now, looks like it wants to get a crossover. There's a good chance we are. If you know any websites where you can short Litecoin, maybe do that, because I don't think we're going to be breaking this resistance. There's a good chance for those of you who are in Litecoin are going to see a short-term little pop down to retest this bottom support right here. As for Ethereum, which is pretty much just trading above its high-low MMA, I'm starting to notice an interesting pattern here that you may want to consider. Once again, I'm seeing a short-term ascending triangle, so we may see some liftoff in Ethereum, which is interesting because I believe Ethereum is trending the same thing. No, it's not as bad as XRP and Bitcoin, but it is semi-similar. It's just a shorter dip. We could see this ascending triangle pull the coin up higher and then see a pop to the downside again, because I don't think we're going to be breaking through there anytime soon. Otherwise, that is going to wrap up today's video, guys. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. We're doing a giveaway at on every Friday, so all you have to do to enter is make sure to subscribe, comment #CryptoTV down below to get entered in that $25 Bitcoin giveaway, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.